Hello.
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Hi, Angela. I don't think we've met before. My name is Celeste. Hello.
No. I've been missing the meeting. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
And
no
I put it
worries.
in my calendar today. So here I am.
Well, I'm glad
Nice
you're
to meet you.
here. Yeah, and I don't think
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
met Gio before too, so nice to see you here, guys. Let me see. Other people have been having a hard time with going into the Zoom, so let me see.
How was your trip?
Good. It was good. Vacations like that are always like too short, if I say.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't get to rest after coming home. And so I
There's
was
no
like,
such thing.
yeah, the
No.
kids went to school the day after and we got in at 11 p.m. and they went to school at 7. So yeah.
Yeah,
But it was good. We had a great time. So
yeah. It's memories that you're building. That's okay. You could rest.
exactly. Let me see if this is recording, right? Okay, perfect. It's recording. So yeah, China's there. So we're just going to wait for a few people in here.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello. So
Hi,
since
Chino.
yeah,
Hello. Hey guys,
hey, hey.
I'm just making myself a cup of coffee because I've been awake since 3 a.m.
Oh, okay, no
Of
problem.
course you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Serving. Yes.
So where are you in the US, Angela? Are you in the
Me,
US?
I'm not. I'm in
Uh,
Canada.
I'm Canadian too.
Are you?
Yeah, Montreal. My family's Montreal and Toronto. I have
I
BC.
just came back. I just came back from Quebec City.
Oh, perfect. I love Quebec. I love the food and everything. It's like going to Europe when you're there too, because we have the Sacré-Cœur, right? The Saint
Yeah.
Joseph in Quebec, and then
Uh-huh.
Notre Dame is there too. So, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's beautiful.
Nice, nice. How about you, Gio? Tell us about yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I'm in Jersey.
Oh, just in Jersey? I was just
Yeah.
there. I attended the what is that event? Aspire event.
Aspire. No way. I go there every year, and this is the only year that I didn't go.
Oh, it's my first time going there. I brought my mom
Really?
with me,
Oh,
so it
David
was
Goggins was there, right?
yeah, it was that. I
Yeah.
didn't get to see him because I had to leave. We had an early meeting the next day. But yeah, I've seen him on stage a few times now. But yeah, he's always
That's
so
awesome.
yeah. But yeah, go ahead. You're from Jersey and
Yeah. I wholesale, and
mm.
me and Jess and Denmark actually made a deal together.
Oh,
Well, they
nice.
bought my prop one of my properties, and then we decided to kind of like have our own op wholesale operation. So here we are. And then she, introduced me to like Subto community, and yeah, it's been fun.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Denmark and Justine has been doing a lot of flips together, which is amazing. Like
Yeah.
Denmark is young and it looks like you're young too. Like younger than I am, because I'm 32. Ah! I've been 32 for I don't know how many years now. But
It's
but
okay. You
yeah.
still look young.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's nice that, we see a lot of Filipinos getting into the game and
Yep.
going out there and doing flips and stuff, yeah, really, really amazing. So, yeah, a lot of people are coming in. Hello, Leah.
So what do you call a liar in Tagalog? Sinungaling.
Sinung- Yeah, sinungaling, yeah. Not in my vocabulary.
Oh my God. Don't even talk about age because I'm sure I am the oldest one
We
here.
don't we don't age, so.
No, we don't.
That's
It's the
right.
Filipino blood.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All these. So what is it? Is it J-Lo or JJ? Jojo.
Geo. Geo, right?
Gio.
Geo.
Oh my God, I'm blind. See, that's the age in me. I can't see it. It's Gio? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm
Yes.
definitely old enough to be your grandmother, Gio.
you
Just
don't you
saying.
I
don't
love grandmas.
Okay.
They're
So
sweet.
we have a lot of, so when you come see me, you're going to mano me. Is that what they do in the Philippines? Mano?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Mano.
yeah. So we're gonna force the non-Filipino speaking people in here to finally learn Tagalog.
God, we have a lot of people today. I love it.
Yeah. So, oh, Leilani. Yeah, Leilani, we've met you before, right? You've been in the other Zooms. I've been away for a couple of weeks because we went on vacation, but it's nice to be here. Yeah, yeah. So,
Loved your pictures. It was awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. June is here. June is another new face. We haven't seen him before here, and thank you for coming in. I think
Yes.
you're a pioneer in Zero Down, right? Is that you? You enrolled in
Yes, correct.
Perfect, perfect, great. Nice to have you here, June.
I love your flag.
Oh, thank you.
Are you Mexican?
Nope.
Because that's Mexico, no?
Yeah.
Bottom half. Oh, is it Mexico or is that California? I can't see.
California.
Oh no, Chino's flag. Yeah, he got to explain that to us in a little while. Yeah, so Jason's here too. That he's not on video. And Cheryl is the one that actually organized this thing together. She is going to co-host me today, but just really like we're just gonna talk and all that stuff. But I'm really glad that Chino's here. I know a lot of people already know who Chino is, what he does and everything, but this is kind of like a more kind of like personal and see because we're all kababayans here. I think we're all Filipinos and it's just yeah, it's just always nice to find your little niche because he's a member of the Latinos too, and it's just nice to belong to a group of some sort. But yeah. Hey Chino, welcome to Filipino Sub 2 finally. We gotta I know you've been awake since 3 a.m., so
Yes, I have. How's everyone doing?
we're doing great. Thank you, thank you. Everyone here, just talk. You can unmute yourself. I'll mute you if you're too loud, but otherwise, yeah. Say hi to Chino. Introduce yourself. Chino and I've known since last year, right? For a year or so now. We've been in sub two, and he's been there longer than I was, but I met him last year in OC. And yeah, gotten to know him. We've done karaoke and everything like that. So yeah. So introduce yourself to him. Yeah.
Sample.
Oh, we do nag-duet na kami together before. So embarrassingly, but we have.
All right, how does this work? Like, introduce myself, like, how do you
So
guys
yeah,
do
just introduce yourself. I mean, we usually, just like a quick 60-second thankful gratefulness or whatever it is that we do. Like a quick 30-second I'm thankful for. Um and just a quick
Sure.
round and introduce yourself as well. So I'm gonna start. I'm thankful for good health, business and family and everything, the connections that I've made and everything like that. So I'm really grateful. I'm not religious, but I find I'm spiritual. I have a relationship with God and mighty being, and so I'm really thankful for everything that He's been doing in our lives, keeping us healthy, with the business and everything, and then with the relationships that I'm building with a lot of people. So yeah, I'm thankful for that. So let's go to Angela then. Like a quick 30-second introduction or gratitude, something like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm from Toronto, Canada. I'm grateful to be here. Thank you for having me. Great for the connections in Sub 2 because I didn't even know that there was a Filipino Sub 2 community. So this is great. Grateful to be. I found Chino in this group as well. I'm helping him raise some funds for his projects. Yeah, thankful for my health and everything else. Thank you.
Right. So we'll start with the new people. So Gio, go ahead. Same
Yes,
30-second introduction. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm very thankful I pray, so I pray every night. I don't just ask for anything. I I thank God for the goods and the bads and like good experience, bad experiences, for the problems, for the solutions and the lessons. And I'm very thankful for my health, for the family, for the protection that He gives me all the time and all the opportunity that's coming my way and future blessings, and all the people here. probably we're all in the same mindset. And yeah, I'm thankful for all of that.
Perfect. We're glad you're here.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So June. June might be at work, but okay. Let's skip June. Let's go to Cheryl. Cheryl, go ahead. 30-second gratitude.
1, 2, 3, go. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so thankful to be here. I'm thankful for my family, for all the blessings that God has given to me, and I'm thankful for the opportunity that I'm here with you guys, and that's all.
All right. Just jump in. Anyone who wants to do it. Leilani.
Hi, I'm thankful that I'm here again and that I'm not working today. And I'm glad I found this community.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, Leah.
I always say this. I'm very grateful for this Filipino subject community because I didn't really have any Filipino friends. So and I now have all of you, but I'm grateful for just our community because I have constant deal flow. Yeah, and I'm thankful for my mom that she's still been, she's healthy. Let's just say she's healthy, alive and kicking.
She's still kicking.
Yeah, that's
She is kicking.
yeah.
Leia, now quick question for you. Why don't you have Filipino friends?
I just was not raised. I was raised in a Filipino family, but
Yeah.
in school, for some reason, I didn't gravitate towards the Filipinos. I only had one Filipino friend growing up, and that was it. I don't know why, but that it was just the way it was.
Did you grow up in Orange County?
Yeah. Well, most of my adult life was in Orange County. I actually
That's right.
grew up in Long Beach. But even in Long Beach, I graduated from Long Beach Poly, and there were Filipinos there, but I just did not have Filipino friends. My mom called me a snob. That's what she called me. She says, "Alembong" is what she said.
Oh, alembong is different from snob.
What's
Okay, well,
Lembong?
whatever.
Yeah.
Both of them. Both of them.
All right, since Jason is here. Hey, Jason. Okay, your 30
Hey guys.
like gratitude and
Oh,
introduction.
I'm looking forward to learn more. From this call. I know Chino's been doing this for a long time, man. Welcome, Chino. Excited to learn more about what you're doing and continue to do what you're doing, and just grateful to have this community. So, and having good health in my family, and everyone's winning. I want to see everybody win every single time. Let's hear some great news about what's going on and what your plans are. So, yeah, looking forward.
Perfect. So let's go to Philip.
I'm always gonna be grateful to my wife. Without her, I'm dead. So, thank you. That's it.
Sure. Oh, he's my husband, by the way.
Nagbobola pa.
Yeah, he's my husband, by the way, for those who don't know. Okay, James, are you there, James? Quick.
I'm here. I'm thankful that I woke up in time this afternoon to pick up my son. And I'm on my way to check a property like almost 2 hours away from where I live. So,
Okay.
yeah,
So
I'm
drive
thankful
safe.
that I'm healthy.
Yeah, drive safe, drive safe. So if June's there, which I think is he's working, he just wants to tune in, but so we'll get back to June later. So yeah, thank you guys for coming in here, joining us.
Yeah, Rasha.
Oh, June is there. Okay, June, say your 30-second gratitude introduction. Come on.
Yes. Of course, I'm also thankful for my wife for that because I was able to go here in the United States. Honestly, yeah, I'm thankful for for the pioneers in the Filipinos Up To. I really hoping to have this kind of group. Thank you guys, and I would love to learn from you guys, and thank you for the Subto community, for my family, for my health, and willing to listen to you all. Thank you.
Perfect. So Jessene is here. Kala mo makakaligtas ka. 30-second gratitude and introduction, Jessene. We have new people in here.
Oh my goodness. Pwede mamaya, kakasignin ko lang eh. Ano ba yan? Anyways. So, ano ba? Gratitude, 30 seconds.
You got 20 seconds.
20 na lang.
20 seconds. Okay, I'm grateful because I have the health and energy to do the things that I'm doing right now. It's been a busy week. Hopefully everybody had a good 3-day weekend. But yeah, I've been busy doon sa property dito sa Las Vegas for that RTC. So I'm grateful. Yun lang. Thank you.
Perfect. Great. So yeah, again, as I was saying, Art is here. Art, do you have like 20 seconds for gratitude and introduction?
Okay, sorry, I just got home. Anyways, grateful for my trip to Oahu, and grateful for the partnership that I've connected with recently. Thankful for this community, for everybody here who is continuing to inspire me and everybody else. Yeah, I'm excited to be here and for this Zoom meeting today. And thank you for putting out this group, Celeste. So.
Oh, no worries. So I'm not gonna ask Chino because Chino will have the stage later. So yeah, I just want to thank everyone for coming in here. I know we've done this every week, and I know the time is kind of like not really what do you call that? It's not good for everyone, but yeah, we'll try to make it. Everyone's trying to make it work. But yeah, Chino is here. He needs no introduction. He's a person that's like known everywhere, if I can say so myself. Like I have not met or talked to a sub two person, Gator sub to our owners club that doesn't know him. So if you don't know him, maybe you live in a cave somewhere or whatever. But yeah, for the guy who
I
needs
want
no
to say
further
something
introduction.
about Chino when you're
Okay, go
done.
ahead. Go ahead.
He's the Filipino Pace Morby, he likes to call himself. Right, Chino?
Junior.
There you go.
All right. So yeah, let's give the stage to Chino. Hey Chino, thank you for coming in here. Yeah, go ahead, take the stage.
Thank you for having me. It's no secret that I'm not religious. However, I'm very close to God. Like I have a personal relationship with Him. Always paying attention to whatever He tells me. Right. Thankful for
Hey,
faith.
Chino, I don't know, but I can't hardly hear you. I don't know if it's your microphone, but you're very faint.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Is that better? Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. I think my
I think you're too far away from the mic.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me now?
Same, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh, it's legit. Let me log off from this and then jump back in, okay?
Okay. All right, no problem. So that will give us time to get to know Josh. Josh Salazar, give us a 30-second introduction. Gratitude. Go ahead.
Gratitude?
Yeah,
Gratitude. I am grateful for the time, for this opportunity to be with you, for everyone. But I'm grateful for pretty much every blessings that God has given us. Good gift of life, gift of like being around the family, being I guess unique, right? Being an entrepreneur and everything like that. So I just thank God for everything, my whole life. Blessings.
Hey,
You said
Josh,
gratitude,
do you
right? What
know
else?
Jeff Ma?
Jeff Ma?
Yeah, you should know. You know
That's.
Jeff Ma. Yeah, you know Jeff Ma.
The only reason
I
why I
was
say
about
that
to
is you
say, is that
remind me of
Jeff?
Jeff Ma, and you even look like him.
I gotta look him up.
He's from Chicago.
You look
Okay.
younger than Jeff Ma, but yeah. All right, Chino's back. Go ahead, Chino.
Hey guys, can you guys hear me now? Is that better?
Not
A little.
really, but it's okay. We can hear you. It's just you gotta speak louder, I guess.
I might have to use my phone instead of my laptop. Let me try this. Can you guys hear me better like this or no?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay,
That
so
was better.
Yeah, it's actually now I'm on my phone, not on my laptop anymore. Is that better?
Yeah, now we
Yep.
can see your
Yes,
bed.
better. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, hi everyone. My name's Chino Monte, and I am grateful to be alive. I'm always happy to be alive. Um, I'm not religious, however, I have a very close relationship to God, and I have to pay attention or obey whenever He tells me something. So, for instance, I've been packing sandwiches and handing them out with bottled water to the less fortunate since 2017 by myself. And when I had a conversation with Pace, when he had asked me about 2.5 years ago, when he started coming here to Vegas more and more, like he would text me, right? And then, hey, bro, what you doing? Like, I'm like, not much, even though like I have things in my calendar, right? Because I knew that he would like, you want to hang out, right? So I would cancel everything out and then we'd hang out. So Payson asked me, he said, what do you do for a living? And I said, real estate. And he said, well, everyone says that, right? But nobody knows exactly what you do for a living. Now you're my team. And I was like, well, your team has been looking me up. I'm like, okay. Like, well, if you must know, I house homeless people, and that's how I make my money. And then he goes, why aren't you talking about it on social media? Said, please, I have a sole responsibility to protect my people, right? Therefore, I was like, he challenged me, goes, why don't you talk about it on social media? Because if you don't, you're not helping as many people as you should be. So I did, right? And then I got investors with kids involved, like packing sandwiches, right? Jessina is one of them. You know, she's been involved in that. Like she saw, and then throughout the whole year. Let me know if you guys are not hearing me well because I'm not sure if you guys are like hearing me at all. Okay, because all I see is just Jessina, but I'm also technology challenged.
We're good. We're good.
So okay, so throughout the whole time, right? So like investors, they would bring their kids, they would pack sandwiches, would hand them a bottle of water, right? And then we would do it like 3 to 5 times a month. And then throughout the whole year, I would get like these random packages. A lot of times there's no name where they're coming from, right? And I would open them up, and then there'd be like a box of sleeping bags, right? A box of head warmers, right? A box of pillows, right? Random things. A box of socks, right? Brand new socks, right? Some came with shoes, right? So I'm like, what the hell's going on, right? Like, especially the sleeping bags. And I would get like 10 of them, and I would ask myself, like, oh my gosh, I'm only human, okay? And I was like, I would get irritated. I'm like, what are these boxes for? Like, why would my friends send me boxes of random items when they know that I pack sandwiches and hand them out, bottled water to the less fortunate? But 300 sandwiches to 600 sandwiches, right? Just really depends. I'm like, I can't just go out there and then hand out, okay, you deserve the sleeping bag. The next person, no, you don't deserve the sleeping bag, right? Or, you know what? Let me hand out the sleeping bags next round. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like that throughout the whole year, right? Until December 24th of last year, New Year's Eve, right? I was on my way to my little sister's house to spend time with them. And then, um, he spoke and said, turn around and check on my other kids. I said, all right, I'm going to turn around and check on your other kids. And then I went to one of the spots where we would hand out sandwiches. And the very first human being that I saw was a man with no socks, no shoes, with just not even a jacket, with just a black trash bag, putting his feet inside the trash bag so he could keep himself warm. It was very cold that night. And when I saw that, I was like, wow. And I started crying, right? Like I get really emotional sharing this story. I was like, oh man, I'm such an idiot. I'm a knucklehead. I was like, and then I right away went back home, gathered all the items that was, sent to me throughout the whole year. And while I was on my way home, I was like, I apologized to him, like, I'm sorry, like, I'm an idiot, right? I didn't know what these items were for. I said, this whole time you were preparing me for this night, right? And then, oh, by the way, for anyone here who doesn't know, I do not read. I know how to read, but I do not read. I think Jessica knows this because my team would read for me, right? I don't like reading emails. I don't like reading anything, right? Cheryl, are you here? I can't
Yeah,
see
Cheryl's
anybody.
here.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah. So, like, when you guys would send me messages or anybody for that matter, I don't read them. I have a team that read it and then, just let me know exactly what's going on, right? And so I was like, man, this kind of like reminds me of Noah's Ark when he was getting prepared, for when he would gather all the animals, right? Except that these were like items, sleeping bags, blankets, emergency blankets, right? Snacks, even. And I was like, gosh, I wish I had paid attention more, right? And so that's when I started Ninja Night Ops. I would do that a couple times a week, right? Of course, it's expensive. These sleeping bags are about $35 to $50, maybe even more, right? You can only imagine, when you do this a lot, it's very financially strenuous. But people would send products, right? When people find out, like, what I'm doing, they would like, Chino, Chino, how can I donate? During that time, I didn't have my nonprofit organization, right? And then I would like, no, like, just buy these items, from Walmart, and then, I'll just pick them up or whatever, right? And then get yourself involved that way. I don't want your money, right? So Jessine, are you still here, Jessine?
I'm here. I'm listening.
Yeah. So Jessica was actually part of one of the Ninja Night Ops, right? She and her husband, they packed. Oh my gosh, it was like an assembly line. They were so fast, like packing socks, everything, for that night. It was amazing, right? And then they had to go. Like, so these are the friends that I have, right? These are the people that like truly want to get involved. This isn't just about real estate. It's about serving the community. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you guys do, please pay attention to the ones that truly need your help. We can choose to be investors and do co-living or Airbnb or corporate rentals. But please don't forget, right, his other kids that truly need our help. So just see them, smile, right? I don't give them money. What I do is I would give them a bottle of water, right? Because it's very hot in Vegas, right? Or give them food, right? I would hand them out. Like every time they go drive, I would usually have like, 24 pack of water and just hand them out randomly, right? I'm at the light, hand them out, right? That right there goes a long way. You never know who's going to need it. Not the bottled water, but to be seen. You see what I'm saying? It's a very small gesture, yet very powerful. There's a book somewhere that talks about that. I wouldn't know because I don't read, right?
Yeah, yeah. So, Chino, you have, I don't want to cut you off, but I just want to express you do have such a powerful story. Like, we know what you do now, but way before that, before you came to this realization, what were you doing then? What was Chino like before handing out the sandwiches? Something has, you know, like our vision, like whatever we do or we plan to do in the future has something to do with what we experienced before. So, yeah, if you want to share that a little bit about that, feel free to do so. Yeah, I'm interested to know.
So are you asking how did it come about, like, like serving the less fortunate?
Yeah, take us to the time where your life is not like this yet. You haven't realized this yet. You have no vision. All you want to do is just give out sandwich. Why? Why would you want to give out? That's not a natural thing to do for a person. If they see someone hungry, it's not like, "Oh, I'm going to pack sandwiches and give this food to that person." That's not like an initial reaction of everyone. But then you took it upon yourself to hand out 200, 600 sandwiches. So before you did that, what was Chino like?
So I don't ask for blessings that much, right? Just recently asked for my third blessing since I've been an adult, right? The first blessing that I asked was I asked him if he could bless me with my dream car, which is a Mazda 3 hatchback. When they barely came out, the blue one, and I don't know if you guys remember that commercial. I'm that old, right? So um, I was blessed with that car, and then I need to tell him, it's like, if you bless me, this car, I promise you that I would help anyone who's stuck on the side of the road. That was early 2000s, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I got blessed, that car, and then I would like drive around. Anytime that I would go anywhere, if I saw somebody that would need my help or is stuck on the side of the road, I would stop, right? Because I am a self-taught mechanic. I'm a self-taught handyman. I do not know the name of the parts. What I would do is just I would take them and then I'll just go to like any like Pep Boys or AutoZone or whatever it is, right, to get it fixed, right? And then anybody who needs like their flat tire change or with a donut, yeah, I would do it, right? So I did it for years. Why? Because that's all I could afford, right? I wasn't making that much money, and what it was a promise. I made a deal with him. You know what I mean? I made a deal with him, and I'm not gonna go back on my word, right? I was like, I was there once, when I had a flat tire and I couldn't change my tire because I didn't know how. Nobody taught me how to do it, right? So I had to learn. You see what I'm saying? And then later on, I talked to him again, and I told him like, hey, I think I need to make more money. I promise you, if you bless me with a job that could potentially help me financially, I promise you to take care of your other kids, whatever that looks like. And so he gave me a job over at Venetian, right, to be a banquet server, banquet bartender first, and then shortly after, I was given the opportunity to become a banquet server. That's when I made a ton of money, right? That's when I was able to buy my first, well, not my first house, but buy the house where I was in, because not anymore, right? Because I'm turning that into a veterans home for the ones that need more of assistance, not assisted living home, but the ones that are in a walker, right?
Yeah.
So I started making money, and then that's when I started, packing sandwiches back in 2017, right? Like every time that I would have a day off, I would like wouldn't go anywhere, pack sandwiches, hand them out by the water by myself. Did it for years, right? Until my friends, started questioning, like, why don't you hang out anymore? Like, what are you doing? Like, we don't have no work, right? Like, what are you doing this weekend? Or like tomorrow. I'm like, oh, I'm busy. Until they cornered me, like, what exactly are you doing? I'm like, all right, if you must know, I pack sandwiches and hand them out with bottled water. And they were like, to who? I'm like, to homeless people. And they were like, really? So one by one, my friends, would come with me, right? Until one friend, she thought she was helping. She started taking videos, pictures of me doing it, right? And I caught her, and of course, I'm only human, right? I'm not doing this to get traction. I'm not doing this, you know what I mean, for social media, right? I didn't have social media back then. And I was bad. I was pissed. I'm like, what are you doing? And she goes, well, social media. I'm like, for what? She's like, well, for awareness, so that people can see. I'm like, listen, people know that there are people out here suffering. That there are people out here homeless. You don't need to post it on social media, right? And so after that, I stopped taking people with me, right? I learned my lesson, right? However, it was pace that actually made me realize that I should have done it a long time ago, right? To create a bigger impact. But like to me, I need to protect my people. Why? Because I was homeless once for 2.5 years. When I was 17 years old, right? I was homeless. And the reason why I was homeless because I couldn't connect with anybody. I didn't know how to speak English very well. I had just gotten here at the age of 16 from the Philippines. I didn't even know how to speak Tagalog. I'm Bisaya. Taga-Davao ko. I'm Dabawenyo.
Yeah.
Right? So it was very difficult for me because not only did I not know how to speak English, I didn't know how to speak Tagalog. So no Filipinos wanted me around.
Mm.
So it was the blacks and the Mexicans that took me in.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So I grew up with a lot of Mexicans, and that's the reason why you see, well, you saw earlier, my background was Filipino flag and Mexican flag. And that's how I learned Spanish, because I would hang out with a lot of Mexicans. And that's the reason why, fast forward today, not to deviate, right? Luz came up to me and asked me to co-lead Subto Latinos because I speak Spanish. And I'm very well in tune, with the Mexican culture.
Yeah.
But anyway, so going back to that, right? That's how it came about, right? This whole thing. So that was actually the 2 blessings that I asked out of 3. The third one was this year that I asked him recently. I prayed. I was like, that I don't like asking you for blessings. Matter of fact, I've told you many times, I don't need any more blessings. Please give the other, the blessings to other kids, right? I'm good. I'm fine now, right? Yet I found myself asking for another blessing because it's very much needed. So I prayed for the right people, right, to join the movement, right, to help me serve the less fortunate, right, especially our veterans. So now here we are in this Filipino Subto community. Shout out to Celeste for creating this badass community.
Thank you very much. It's a group effort. But yeah, so I think a lot of people know about your background story, and I want to touch back on why housing. I guess you already touched on it because you experienced how homelessness before. I want to ask why housing is very important. So you and I kind of like do the same thing. I do transitional housing to underserved communities and individuals. And so we do a lot of veterans as well. And actually, one of the transitional housing that I learned from Chino is government funded. And we have that in Massachusetts. We have a property that has been doing that in here. And yeah, so you're a veteran too, or you're not?
I'm not.
You're not a veteran, but you have a heart for the veterans because the majority of homeless people and that suffer from mental health as well are veterans. And yeah, like you, I myself want people to be aware of that too. It's the number of people that are veterans with mental health issues are veterans, and they're they're the people I think that deserve most of the help because they fought for our country, and but then when they come back, it's so hard for them to go back to, the regular thing that people do because of whatever they've seen over there. And so, yeah, I really admire what you do. I've been telling myself I do want to do that. When we go to the Philippines, we do feed a lot of people and stuff, but I haven't really done it here because I don't know how to start one without feeling, all that things. But I'll be going to Vegas and hopefully I'll join you with sandwiches or whatever one time. But yeah, I look forward to that. So the process of you choosing, I want to go to your business model now. So all that background is amazing, and I know there was a reason why you do what you do, and it's very emotional and it's very, I don't want to say it's spiritual driven, experience driven. So with regards to choosing properties, because I think all of us has an innate nature to help other people. When choosing properties particularly in Vegas, what are your criteria?
So I get a lot of leads, right? Before Pace blew up the whole bird dog trading, right? Which is now everyone wants a bird dog, right? Which is great.
Yeah.
So our buy box is it has to be a nice property, and it has to be in a good area, right? We do have properties in C-class neighborhoods, right? Don't get me wrong. However, even our C-class properties are beautiful, especially in the inside, within the premises, right?
Yeah.
We make sure that we do not house any of our people, veterans or civilians. We don't house them in a slum lordy type of property,
No,
right? We don't do that, right? Justin, have you been to any of our properties, Justin?
I have, and also, one of my friends is a home health nurse, and she visited one of your you call them what, family members.
Yeah.
So she was very impressed of how the property looks like. It doesn't look like they're homeless. It's really very pristine and beautiful. So yeah,
I
but
did
I've
not know
seen
that.
them. Yeah.
Wow, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
that was outside of me that said that. So very impressive, Chino.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so yeah, they have to look nice, right? Because I will not touch something that doesn't look nice. I don't want my people to live in that kind of environment. It's very important, to me that my people wake up and they feel validated. They feel that they belong, right? Like I just, yesterday, one of our veterans, family member, was telling me. I think I posted in my story earlier today. It was like, Chino, I don't know if you knew this. It's like I've been diagnosed with greater depression. Right? I don't speak medical, right? And I'm like, wow. And he goes, I just want to let you know that every time I'm around, like this, us, the family, like it makes me happy, right? And he's also part of our veteran sales training group, right? So I know that it works. You see what I'm saying? Like, please don't just be a landlord, right? Like, house your people accordingly. However, you would want to see yourself in that house,
Yeah,
right? That's a fact.
yeah. That's the thing too with my transitional housing. If I cannot live there, I wouldn't want anyone to live there.
Yes.
With our assisted living facility, it's the same thing. And also, we want to put you know how we're Filipinos are known to have that hospitality, that genuine care, right? So that's what we want to bring into the transitional housing that we form, the co-living that we form, the assisted living that we form is bring that culture back, that culture of caring, of hospitality, and that thing. And it's amazing that you've implemented that in all of your properties, in all of the things that you acquire, and that your people know that, hey, this is how I run my business is through that. So that's amazing. You guys can ask him whatever. I'm just just telling him my thoughts or whatever because I know Chino is a wealth of knowledge and I like this it's him that brought me into I'm into co-living and transitional housing, but I never really thought about the veterans because I thought it's the a whole it's so hard to do. Parang ang hirap niyang gawin when it comes to veterans because I have to talk to a lot of people and all that stuff. But when he mentioned that to me after the community camp, that Monday or whatever that day that we came back home in Boston, I called all the agencies, I called the nonprofits and stuff, and I was like, okay, I can do this here too. And so yeah, so it's a model that works. Maybe not in all states, because not a lot of states allot money for the veterans, but once you find one, hone into that because you don't want that grant to go away. You always want to have that relationship and that grants flowing in. So if anyone has questions for Chino, I'm sure I have a lot of questions, so I don't want to hog the Zoom, but go ahead.
I have a question for Chino. So Chino, thank you so much. Hi for sharing and yeah, thank you so much for whatever you've been doing, for the community and for these veterans. My question is, aside from giving roof to these homeless people, do you actually give them some kind of education whereby they can be independent, they can make their own living, and in the end, they can, get back to their feet? Um, and then um, hopefully they can do things on their own after you house them.
1,000%, Cheryl. I do not believe in housing anybody that's was facing homelessness and just have them stuck there, right? Like in your houses and have them live there forever. However, the longest family member we've ever had in our house was nearing 5 years.
Oh,
5 years. And the
that's
only reason
long.
why,
Yes.
yeah, the only reason why he's no longer with us because he lost his battle to cancer.
Oh,
Mhm.
Yeah. But the other ones, I have to create solutions, right? I want to see my people elevate. Therefore, I created not only that we have Job Connects, right? We also have our own company that employ our own people, right? I created a veteran sales team. And the reason for that is because it's very difficult for our veterans, especially because once they get out in service, they're given a to-do list. A to-do list where to go, like you're gonna go here, you're gonna go there, right? And then they're dealing with PTSD, with depression, all the things, right? I'm like, no, I'm gonna create a sales team. And this sales team right here is going to learn everything I know. The way I structure things, right? There's no secret. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do this every day with them, Monday to Friday, right? Saturday, I host my biggest power hour. Someone will join us, right? And then Sunday, that's when they rest, right? This has only been about 3 weeks that I've been doing this with them. Now we also work with Chris Fitch. You guys know what that is?
Chris Fitch.
The
Subto Zoom.
airplane
Yeah,
guy, right?
exactly, right? So when Chris Fitch and I met in Monterey for Owners Club, um, it was like magical, right? I was in the land classroom with Austin Marble and his business partner, right? And I was paying attention, cracking jokes, right? And then I was like, hey, can we do this, for what I do? If you guys didn't know, my name is Chino Mante. I help house the less fortunate, especially homeless veterans, right? Chris Fitch right away, like, Chino, I want to talk to you, right? Like, I think there's a collaboration that we can do. So Chris and I, we got connected, and then he told me like, "Hey, bro, like you can actually do this, do that." Like he was trying to, he was teaching us exactly the intricacies and the strategies of how to connect all of our houses that are housing veterans, and then take advantage of government programs and taxes benefits, right? And then I was like, "Well, Chris, what can I do to help your business?" And he was like, "Bro, I need a sales team." I'm like, "Done. I'm going to create a sales team for you, and it's going to be a bunch of veterans." And he goes, "That quick?" I'm like, "Bro, I think so fast and I act very fast." I was like, "I know exactly how to create that sales team." I was like, "I'm a closer, right? And I'm a different type of closer. Most of my properties I acquire $0 to the seller, $0 to the wholesaler, and $0 to the realtor because there's legit a huge need, right? So it's a different type of closing, right? So I told Chris Fish, I'm gonna teach our veterans, how to close these deals through humanizing conversations, right? This is what I do best, right? So I was like, she goes, "Bro, like I would love that." Okay, perfect. Here's the caveat: they're homeless. They have little to no money. That means they cannot pay for their rent. Right? This is the part, pay attention to this. I'm closing Chris Fitch, right? An Owners Club member, a very successful investor. He's being closed by Chino Monte, right? So I told him, I was like, "Bro, why don't we do this?" I train them, right? Unlimited time for as long as they need me. Okay. I'm gonna pour everything into them. But I need you to sponsor their bed space. 3 months, right? And said, "Done, let's do it." And then it was like, "How many are you starting with?" I'm like, "Well, to be honest with you, when I started my civilian wholesale team, right, back in December 8th, 2023, 2023, I told him that I started with over 50 people. And in less than 6 months, there's only one person that stayed. Yeah, because this entrepreneurship is very difficult to a lot of people, even though they're in sub two, bro, like they cannot hang, right? It's like they don't know what to do. They want to be held accountable, right? Or they just don't do the work, right? But and then Chris said, "Well, so how many veterans are you starting with?" I'm like, "I want to start with at least 40 to 50. He goes, and he started doing the math. I'm like, "Bro, that's a lot of money. Like, I cannot pay you 3 months for all these veterans." I'm like, "I know, I get it, right?" So it became negotiations, right? Nonetheless, I already closed it, right? He already agreed to that, right? And he goes, "Can we start with 3 veterans?" I'm like, all right, fine. We'll start with 3 veterans. As long as I got your word, right? You guys are going to sponsor their best space for these 3 veterans for 3 months.
Uh-huh.
Done. I'm like, but Chris, I'm very impatient. I want results now. How about this? When do we start? He goes, this following Monday. I'm like, bro, that's way too long. I need to learn your airplane language. And
Mhm.
I was like, I need to see something, right? I need to send it to my team so that we can have a meeting about this, and then we can educate ourselves about airplanes, right? And he goes, I'll have it. I'll send it over to you this Wednesday. That was Monday, so 2 days later, right? So he actually did not send me anything. But before our phone call ended, I told him like, listen, screw that. I will do the thing. How about give me a company that you cold call here in Vegas, a flight school. I will door knock them after this phone call. I said, once I close them, I want your verbal agreement, your commitment that you're going to pay for them 6 months.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. And he goes, only if you close them. You, not the ones that you're training. I'm like, challenge accepted. Right? We hung up, and I was about to leave my house. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna door knock them. I'm gonna cold call right now, right? So I cold called that flight school, right? I
Uh-huh.
asked for the owner. I successfully failed. I did not get the owner, but I got somebody above the owner. Can anybody take a guess who that was?
The
The
wife?
wife.
Right.
The wife. Exactly. The wife. I closed Celeste, right? I was trying to look for Phil. I was looking for Phil, and then I got Celeste. Oh my gosh.
Higher power.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you took action. You don't wait for anything to be handed over to you. You're very proactive, which I like. So going back to housing the veterans, what is the goal for you? So because I'm just tailoring it, I'm just asking questions with regards to the plan that I have. Because
Yeah.
with my model, it's transitional. They only stay there that the most transitional housing that we've had is a year and a half, and then they transitioned over to their more permanent. So hearing that you have like a 5 year veteran that stayed with you, um, what's the goal there? Are you looking to house them permanently, or it just so happened that they love it there, they don't want to leave? Because eventually you want to keep getting more and more veterans, but again, you can keep buying houses though to house them. So, well, what's what's the plan there?
All right. So I created the 4 stages of housing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Stage 1 is for young adults.
Mm-hmm.
Stage 2 is independent living home. Stage 3 is for affordable housing using housing vouchers such as HUD Bash, Section
Mm-hmm.
8, and any local subsidies, any local housing voucher, right? And then stage 4 is how I started this journey, right? Anyone can do this, by the way. How I started this journey, this particular strategy is I'm going to end homelessness. It's called lease option.
I were gonna say something like, okay, please option.
Yeah, it's something very obvious, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
exactly.
something like what? Lease? How are you gonna end homelessness, right?
I was
Here's how.
literally waiting for something magnificent, but yeah, it's amazing. Lease option is amazing. Okay.
Okay, here's why. Okay, once they're ready to acquire these properties, right? Uh-oh, I got a call coming in. Nope. It's actually, well, that's actually US vets. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, speaking of, I thought I put my phone on the mood, do not disturb. Okay. Anyways,
Mhm.
so these options are so powerful, right? So when our veterans are ready, because right now we have veterans in our stage 3 already, right?
Mhm.
So stage 4, they're just building their credit score and whatnot, or like funds to actually put down for not put down for the option fee, non-refundable option fee.
Option fee. Yeah.
Once they're ready, they can get a VA loan, right? It isn't just for veterans; it's for anyone and everyone. However, if they still don't qualify because of their credit score or something happened in the past, right, that they're still gonna fix, but they
Mhm.
want to own the property now, guess what we can do other than lease option? Anybody?
Seller finance.
What?
Seller
Seller
finance.
finance.
Seller finance, right? So all four stages of housing, guess who owns all of these properties? Me,
Mm-hmm.
my team and I. We're going to copy and paste this nationwide.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy to do. Anyone can do this,
Mm-hmm.
right? Once they get their own property, right, they have to go through the whole stages first. Why? Because I do not believe a homeless individual, not just a veteran, that you take them off the streets and then you place them in a house right away. No, they have to go through the step by step. You have to introduce them to family culture, right? And you yourself, as the owner, the business owner, you have to believe that family culture works because it does, right? There's no other way. When you become homeless, whether you're a civilian or a veteran, the very first thing that you lose is your family. And there's only three reasons why you lose your family. One, they abandon you. Two, you abandon them. Or three, they die on you.
Yeah.
That is the only reason why you become homeless.
So how do you pick your veterans?
So a lot of referral. Just this week, in a matter of 3 days, we were able to house six veterans, uh, five civilians. And then this morning, I get a text for former veterans that we need to house. So it's all word of mouth, right? The fact that I have built, I listened to Pace, actually, right? Did social media, and then now everyone, almost everyone knows me, right? In the community here in Vegas, especially with organizations. So now they reach out. They just reach out, right? They just, hey, Chino, we have three veterans, we have four veterans that need housing.
Okay, so do they, because the veterans that we have, they've already, they're on the list in the government, they're waiting for vouchers and all that stuff. So if I see a veteran on the street and they don't know anything, I give them all the information prior before going into you. So they have to have all that stuff first figured out, or
No,
not really. So how?
no. All you got to do is just give them our flyer, right? My
Mm-hmm.
team will assess them, will help them get through the things. We need to know, like, do they have insurance, right? Because if they have insurance, is it Medicaid? Is it VA insurance? Or what type of VA insurance, right? Do they have Medicare? What kind of situation are they in? Do they have open wounds, right? Are they in a wheelchair, right? Do they have a walker? Are they completely independent? Do they have mental behavioral struggles? Or do they have substance struggles,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have to assess them first.
And
You
if
can't
they
just
don't, yeah, and if they don't have any insurance or whatever, or even the public insurance, the government insurance, your team is going to help them get that.
1,000%. It's very easy. So here's what you guys can do. Okay, this works everywhere across the country. When you
Okay.
find a veteran and you don't know, and they don't know if they have insurance, right? The very first clue is this: have you gone to the VA clinic or the VA hospital? Right? If they say yes, did you see a primary care doctor? They're not going to know the language. So you guys need to be very considerate and educate them. Like, have you seen a regular doctor? When you went to the VA hospital or VA clinic, right? If they say yes, that means they have health insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter whether they're honorable, dishonorable, other than honorable, or general discharge.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Once they see a primary care, a regular doctor, the VA will give them VA health care, which is the basic insurance for any veterans that serve our country.
Okay. And you said this works on any state, right?
Any state. That's federal.
Okay.
It's federal.
So are you affiliated with anyone on whatever state? Like, are you affiliated with another veterans housing is what I'm saying, I guess. Like if we find, because I know on my transitional housing, we're already filled, so I can't house anymore. But let's say I found another one and I think it would fit very well with whatever you're doing. Are there any affiliations nationwide that you can refer people to?
Yes. Okay. So, by the way, Celeste, congratulations. You have attained something that I have not been able to attain. And here's why. I have yet to receive a single penny from the government.
Mm.
That means I've been housing our veterans out of my own pocket.
Mhm.
The reason why it's very difficult here in Las Vegas, in Nevada, right? There's a lot of red tape. And I'm very impatient. I am not going to wait until the government is ready to send us funds when I know I can create solutions to house our homeless veterans. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is
So,
a lot of work.
so affiliates, right? We have a ton of affiliates. Most of these organizations are able to do transitional housing for our veterans.
Mhm.
However, we get the veterans that the resources have run out on them, per se,
Mhm.
right? That means they've already met their max capacity of being in the transitional housing, right? They've already maxed it out. So now they have to go back in the streets, right? And then restart the whole process. They have to wait maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months. I don't know. Just really depends on the organization. Not every organization is the same. They're always going to be different. Every single one, they have their own policies. Why? Because they could potentially be receiving different types of funds,
Yeah.
different types of grants.
Mhm. Okay. All right. So feel free to ask him questions,
I
guys.
have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Chino, I know you do a lot of screening, but how do you handle like somebody's in a home, a veteran, and I know some veterans and they're unstable, right? How do you handle that? I would think, I mean, that's difficult, right?
It's not.
It's not?
No,
Okay.
it's not. With all due respect, Leah, whether they're veterans or civilians, I have a humanized conversation with them. It's very easy for me to connect with an individual, especially when they have already created their own world, like schizophrenic individuals,
Mhm.
or have bipolar. Now, those are schizoaffective, right? For some reason, I'm able to connect with them, right? Like, for instance, this lady, she was screaming on top of her lungs at Taco Bell. That's where I had my meeting. Yes, I know I cheated on McDonald's. Because everyone knows that I have a meetings at McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
And I just, like I picked a table right next to hers, right? This goes to civilians and veterans, right? It doesn't matter where. In the house, they're already in a assisted living home. It doesn't matter to me, right? I will connect with them. So I'm just giving you an example, with this lady, right? I sat right next to her, right? Separate table, and I looked at her and I smiled and said, "You hungry?" And then she snapped out of her like the world that she created in her head. And then she looked at me, she goes, "Thank you for asking. I'm actually good. I don't want to eat because my stomach hurts." Right? It's a normal conversation, right? And then we asked her, like, would you like some soda, to help, with that, to alleviate it? She goes, "Okay, I would like some soda." Right?
You have a gift. It's a gift.
I don't know, Leah. Whatever it
It
is,
is a
right?
gift.
I think you humanize people. You don't,
Yes, you do.
yeah, you don't label them by
Okay, you're gonna make me cry because it's the connection you make with these people is incredible.
Mhm.
I watch what you do and I'm just amazed and I applaud you for what you do.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Takes a
Thank
certain individual too.
So anyway,
you. It
Mhm.
that was my
just,
question here. Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think anyone can do it, right? Like it's just legit having a humanized conversation because anyone here could have somebody in their immediate family who's struggling with mental and behavioral struggles, right? By the way, have you ever noticed that I don't use the word issues? I do not call it mental issues. I do not call it behavioral issues. I don't say substance issues. I say struggles. And the reason why is because I'm teaching myself, I'm training my brain to never look at anyone's struggle as an issue, right? Because we all have struggles. We all have our personal struggles. Don't treat, I'm talking to myself, right?
Mm.
Don't treat them as somebody that is dealing with something out of the ordinary. Because to me, this is very normal. We have immediate family that are going through those struggles. Some of us, now I'm talking to the general public, some of us just choose, to not deal with it, right? With all the respect, right? Because some of us can't connect with them, right? So we turn a blind eye and just, move on with our lives, right? I get that. I respect, whatever you guys made, that decision, right? However, once you understand that they're just like the rest of us, they just have their own struggles. You're able to connect with them, right? A heart-to-heart conversation. Because at the end of the day, they're his kids too.
Yeah. So I think that's a big thing wherein you look at them as a person and not really look at their whatever you say issues or struggles and really look at they're human. If you talk to them like human beings, they're going to respond to you as a human being, like you said to that person just snapped out of it because someone talked to them like a regular person. I think at the end of the day, we all want to be seen, and that's what you're giving them. You're giving them the feeling of, okay, someone's paying attention to me and not what I'm doing, exactly. So going back to your housing, I know you
Wait,
did.
hold on.
Go
It
ahead.
just makes me wonder, Chino, the first time we met, you asked me if I was hungry. What were you thinking?
Oh, really?
Struggles at that time,
Alfie, obviously you were having some struggles.
I was having struggles. All
Every
right,
time I
Chino, you
see
can
you,
let
you're
it out.
hungry anyway, right? That's right. That's right. So yeah, going back to your business, I'm going back to entrepreneurship because I think everyone, I I've talked to a lot of people in here, and I know like March has a heart for domestic violence. I do with seniors, veterans, and HR foster youth, and Alfie with seniors as well. And most of us here have some kind of, advocacy. But with regards, we cannot feed that advocacy if we don't have cash flowing properties and stuff like that, right? So that's why we're doing here. So you provide housing um for the veterans and for the homeless. Where do they get their money to pay you? Do you
Sure.
have grants? Do you have other sponsors? How
Sure.
do you do this thing?
So just so everyone knows, I've been housing or helping house the less fortunate, anyone and everyone.
Mm.
Domestic violence victim, sex trafficking victim, right? By the way, is this recording? Is this being recorded?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, anyone and everyone. Name a demographic. The answer is yes.
Okay.
I've helped them.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain demographics that I hide that I do not talk about in public to protect them, right? Even my business partners, they don't know all of my 28 houses.
Mm-hmm.
I have 224 beds across the valley. And there's a lot of demographics that I do not talk about to protect them, right? These are the DV victims, the sex traffic victims, the immigrants
Mm-hmm.
that are hiding, right? These are battered
God.
women, single moms, right? That are hiding from the system because they're scared that they're going to lose their kids to CPS,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there's a ton of demographics that I help, that I've been helping, that still help, right? I have houses for anyone and everyone, right? So if you guys need to know exactly how I do these things, call me between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. Pacific time any day. Do not call me after that because I will not answer. Okay? Cheryl knows this. She was having a hard
Yeah.
time getting a hold of me because she was still sleeping, but it's okay. Right, Cheryl?
I wake up
But
early.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so to answer, so Celeste, to answer your question is this, right? You have to create a system, you have to create a solution, right? Like for instance, a single mom can only afford $1,000
Mm-hmm.
and she's got 3 kids. Now you got your work cut out for you, right?
Yeah.
It shows that I woke up at 5 a.m. to chat with you. Right? Okay, let's say like March, are you here?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so tell me your targeted demographic that you want to help.
Well, I am here. I help out over here. I have two co-living homes already for the low income.
And that's really serving the people who are making 30,000 to about 55,000 who cannot even afford a one bedroom, one bath. That's working well. I'm finding a hard time with domestic violence because it's hard to get a property here. It's the acquisition cost is so high. And if we find, I found one that's sub two, but the place is so far remote that people cannot even get a ride, like transportation. So I'm having a hard time with that. I'm also helping the because I was a military spouse. So I'm helping a lot of families who don't have jobs yet. So I work with Friendship Place. I don't know if you know that Friendship Place. They have case managers for veterans who needs housing. Sometimes they have low income or no jobs at all. So the Friendship Place pays the first 3 months, and then they work to get them
Okay.
a voucher in the county.
Yeah.
So I help find them a place like that. So I work with both demographics right now.
Okay,
Those
here's
two.
how we can help them even more, March. You
Yes.
ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Connect with other organizations, especially you said somebody said DV victims, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Have you connected with any organizations that help DV victims yet?
I have 3 organizations plus mine because I'm a board member of Tabula Rasa, and we have 2 others that I help find places for them, like basements, rooms, any rentals, placements, and then with the veterans and also in senior care, I have 3 senior care facilities who have people who are leaving the facilities and need a room rental. So probably those three demographics.
Okay. March, you will find you need to start praying harder and start paying attention more to the people that you want to serve. Right? And here's how you're going to come up above water.
Yeah.
Once you find them, right, the organizations, they have some sort of grants, right? Instead of utilizing the grants for 90 days, stretch it out. Let's say they get a grant, you get a grant. Let's say this organization is paying you as a landlord, let's say $2,000 each person, right? Let's just say that, okay? The rent for what? Where are you at, by the way, March? New Jersey?
Virginia, Maryland, DC, Virginia, Maryland.
Okay, so give me an example. How much is it for a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, or a studio?
1 bedroom, 1 bath is about $1,000.
Okay, $1,000. So let's say the voucher. How much is the voucher usually that they give out?
Well, for me, the ones that I'm helping with the Friendship Places families, they give voucher for about 2,700 a month.
Okay, $2,700. Perfect, right? Number one, you need to connect with local business owners that can provide jobs for these individuals, right? For your DV victims, right? You legit have to door knock these business owners and have to have a heart-to-heart conversation with them to employ them, right? As well as you have to door knock daycare centers, right? These daycare centers, did you know that they receive grants?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so now you know, right? So these daycare centers will give them discounted price, right? Way lower than most daycare centers. Once you find out that they receive grants, right? And you want to be able to connect the two. And here's how you can extend the 90 days. Instead of utilizing the $2,700 all for 1 month, right? You need to encourage them that they need to get a job. Once they get a job, they need to pay a half. Do you see what I'm saying? So now the grant is, you receive the grant, but you as a landlord, you need to stretch it out to now not just 3 months to 6 months time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how you do it, right? You're not using the whole $2,700 for 1 month. You're using it for 2 months or 3 months. You're stretching it out. At the same time, you are not enabling, right, these individuals. Because if you, like, they're human, March. Like, they're a lot of them, they would be enabled if we, the leaders, right, trying to help them, don't know how to structure it correctly, right? So what we're doing is we're just enabling them to be homeless once again, right? Or to be financially struggling because now they're dependent on that 90 days. No, make sure that you structure it properly to where now you're stretching it out. Instead of the $2,700 for 1 month, you can divide it by 3 or 2.
I do have a question with regards to that. So I know when you get a voucher, you have to spend it according to what it's tended to be. So if you get a voucher for 27,000 for 1 month, you need to spend it on rent for that 1 month. And then if you say you're asking once they have a job and then you split the cost, so essentially you're not spending that whole 2,700 for the rent because you're only spending half. So how do you reconcile that if you're asking for half from the actual people?
Yeah, I love that. I love that question. So I created a solution because it was very much needed here in Vegas, right? There's an organization or I think insurance, I'm not too sure which one is which. I think it was $4,000 that they would provide, right? I found that out by connecting with the right person. Because I would tell them this, right? Like, yeah, it's, let's say it's $750, blah, 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 this and that, like for the whole place. They, no. For just a bed. I'm like, not even a bedroom? Like, no. They'll say no right away, right? So you have to know how to speak their language. Here's how I went about it. Finally, I got to speak with somebody who actually understood and cared, right? I asked them, said, please tell me exactly the verbiage that you need me to use on that contract, right? That way we can help them to get off the streets a lot longer so they have time to get a job, right? She said, all I need to see is that you have restrictions of having X amount of dollars up front so that you could house them for X amount of months. So instead of giving them month to month, right, I would give them, I need 6 months worth of money first so that I can house them properly. So they did $4,000, right? Whatever the numbers are, I was able to stretch it out. And then once we receive that money, because it comes in a lump sum, we turn around, we tell these family members, because we don't call them tenants, renters, patients, or clients, right? These family members, once they join us, we tell them this. We do not tell them that your room and board is free because of this organization. We tell them it's instead of paying us $750 per bed, we're only going to charge you whatever they have is $375, right? And then this organization is already paying $375. That's how we stretch it out. It's just the verbiage up front, right? You guys got to remember this. Each contract that you guys send can always be amended, right? We have our own contract that I created, right? That it's a family membership. It's not a regular lease. However, some of these organizations, they're not used to that, right? They've never heard of such a thing. Well, of course not, because I created it, right? They want to go by a lease agreement, a 12-month lease agreement. If they require that, give that to them. That's just the forefront contract. It has nothing to do with your contract with the actual family member.
Okay, so you have two contracts then. You have a contract with the service provider where you get the money from, and then your actual tenant would sign a contract with you with that verbiage that you said, that you mentioned. Because with regards
family member.
so with regards to the senior veterans housing here, they get 3,500 for everything, board, food, transportation, medication, whatever. And they don't necessarily have any numbers with regards to, oh, this is for food, this is for lodging, this is for whatever. So I can actually make those changes into that. I don't have an actual other contract with them other than what I signed, with the government, with the Veterans Association, and then I just tailored whatever I have, like a lease to them. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would make you stretch it out because they have a different contract for me. So do they enter then with the same, since you're entering into another lease agreement with them, does that cover like the landlord tenant apply, or you're making them as a member? Is it a membership wherein, if they don't pay, they get kicked out, or if it's a tenant, you have to evict them and foreclose or whatever, something like that?
Correct. So I've been doing this for quite some time now, right? Collectively with the other business partners that I have, been doing this for over 10 years, right? I myself have been doing this for over 4.5 years now. I have yet to do an eviction to anyone. I have not done any eviction at all, right? There's eviction and there's Chino eviction.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys, Chino wants to connect his name to everything. So just, it's just and everything. So okay,
Chino,
Chino
okay.
eviction. Okay, what's Chino eviction now?
Chino eviction.
A Chino eviction is legit just having a humanized conversation. Chino burrito, yeah, that's right, Phil. Yeah. So Chino eviction is just legit having a humanized conversation. The fastest Chino eviction that I've ever done was before I showed up to the property. This lady cleaned the whole house and left. Right. That was the quickest Chino eviction that I've ever done. The longest Chino eviction that I've ever done was 10 hours straight. Never a single time that I did an eviction notice. Never. Number one, these are not tenants. They are our family members. Right. Did you guys know that no one can dictate or tell you that a person is your family or not? Did you guys know that?
Didn't know that.
It's called familial status under Fair Housing Act.
Familial status?
Familial, not familiar. Familial.
Yeah. So what does that? Okay.
Everything's writing it down. That's amazing. That's really good. Okay. Familial status under Fair Housing Act. Now you guys have to check. Each state could be different, right? However, here in Nevada, we're covered, right, with that. It is a law that no one can dictate who your family is and who's not, right?
Okay.
Because here in Clark County, Nevada, they challenged me, right? I was there at the building. I always go there all the time. And they told me, Chino, you cannot house more than 4 people that are not related.
I was going to ask that. Yeah.
Okay. And I was like, really? I'm like, okay. Well, I brought one of my operators. So you're telling me that he's not my family because he's white and he's got red beard?
Okay.
Yeah. He's one of my operators.
Oh my gosh, I
He's
love
in
this.
charge.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's actually in charge of my sober living homes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you could hear a pin drop because he got so quiet in that office. And then he goes, yeah, because he didn't want to say anything that could, get him arrested. Fine, by the law, get in trouble with the law. And he goes, well, if you say that he's your family, then he's your family. I'm like, yeah, bro, I know that's right. I'm like, you cannot tell me who's my family and who's not. Familial status under Fair Housing Act.
That's how you, not, I don't want to say get away, but that's how you kind of like.
A legal loophole.
Yeah.
Loophole.
Because we do have like a 14 bedroom property. And then we're only allowed 4 to 6 and, unrelated individuals. And so so in the contract, what do you put in the contract though? Because everything's said and done. You can say family or whatever, but once they see the contract, what is actually written in there?
They never saw my contract. They don't challenge me, right? This is one law that protects us. There's 3 laws to protect us.
Okay.
And then if they try to look, right, and then try to separate us because we're not family, right? Now they get in trouble with the law under familial status under the Fair Housing Act. There's the second one, disability, under familial status. Under Fair Housing Act.
Yeah.
Disability under Fair Housing Act, right? So all of my houses, there's at least one person. By the way, guys, take notes. For each property that you have, you need to have at least one person with disability. Okay? Here's why. The reason why is because now I'm able to house my people in very nice neighborhoods with HOAs. I have multiple properties across the valley, with 1 HOA, 2 HOAs, I don't care. I also have properties with no HOAs.
Oh, that applies even if you only have one disability person?
Let me explain. Yeah. Only one. You only need one. Okay? Now,
Chino, is that physical disability?
Let me finish. Let me explain, James. I know everyone's so excited about this, right?
Yeah.
So
For you, James, it's your exception.
Yeah. So when people want to push it, well, they said that, he's housing disabled veterans. We see them walking, like normal people, right? Well, guess what? when it comes to disability, there's more than one disability. Okay?
Yeah.
That's physical, mental, right? It could even be emotional, right?
Yeah.
So not all disabilities are visible, right? So if they challenge you, well, they don't have a disability, you prove it. Now they're breaking the third law, which is, Jessene, you already know the answer to this.
Jessene, you're being tested. Come on.
Unmute yourself, Jessene.
So we have familial, we have disability. What's the third one?
The third one is HIPAA law.
Ah.
No one can ask you for any of their documentation, whether they have disability or not.
Yeah, medical records. Yeah.
I've had conversations already with not Congress. Gosh, I'm having brain fart right now. 2 of our 8 people, they're politicians, right? And they challenged me on this too, right? Because one of them is actually in charge of zoning compliance, homelessness, and affordable housing. Right. And then, ironically, like, he doesn't believe in this. Like, I can read him because I read people, right? I'm like, mother effer, you're in charge of affordable housing, solving homelessness, right? And in HOA neighborhoods. And then you're questioning this. I'm like, yo, go ahead, get a lawyer, right? Because we're ready to stand up for our people. They cannot touch you. So while everybody, all the investors want to invest in no HOA, right? Most investors don't want to touch HOA properties. Me, I love them. I have no competition, right? They can't tell me anything because of the 3 laws. You have to know exactly how to serve your people. If you're just housing the less fortunate because of money, you are doing a disservice. You will go to hell.
So
Great. Thank you, Chino. Just kidding.
so obviously your family members, because I know you can get away with that with HOA because we all house protected class, right? But once they find that there's disturbance in the community or there's something in there here or there, they can make a complaint, right? You've never had that before.
Never happened.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they can complain all they want, but they cannot do anything.
Okay.
They really can't. If my people chose to run around naked down the streets, they can do so. They don't do it. Yeah, they don't do it. You know what I mean? Like, you really can't do anything.
Okay. So that's good to know because, yeah, again, you're right. When people hear HOA, I was like, I don't want to do that because there's HOA. Because, like, in Massachusetts, especially in Boston, it supersedes the state. Whatever the HOA, it supersedes it. So they can't really do anything. But yeah, that's good to know that it does that. So, okay. So, guys,
Hey,
feel free
Chino, I
to.
got a question.
Sure.
Can you go a little bit about your Chino eviction, the framework on how you go about it?
Bro, it's so simple. It is legit just having a humanized conversation with it. Right? I create all these things and it's all stored in my brain that now my integrators need to schedule a meeting with me and so that they can download everything. Yeah, and then create a whole system, right? Because legit, like, so this, let's do a role play, like a legit, right?
Okay.
Hey, Alfie.
So does the team have an SOP for what you do?
My people, my team, they created SOP, but they still need to set time aside in order to basically hold in more of all the strategies that I've created, right? Because they don't have everything yet, right? But okay, let's do like an example right now, right? Like Alfie, let's say you're causing a lot of trouble, right?
Always.
Yeah, like you're destroying the property. Yeah, you're making loud noises, right? Here's the conversation that would go. Hey, bro, you good?
No, not good.
I understand that you may be struggling with something. I want you to know that this is your home. You're safe here.
I don't feel safe. These other guys, they don't treat me the same.
I understand. Do you remember when we met and I told you that I'm here when you need me, not if you need me?
Yeah, I remember that.
Here's what we're gonna do, okay? We're going to relocate you to another property because you do not feel safe in that property. However, I need to know if you're taking your medication.
What medication?
Well, your mom contacted me that you should be taking your meds.
I don't need my meds. I'm fine without them.
I know. So the next step would be to relocate you elsewhere.
Why me? Why not all these other guys that are causing the chaos?
So let's say there's 9 of them, right? And they're all creating chaos. We would have to remove all of them and then leave you by yourself in that house.
I see.
All right. Do you see how that works?
Dude, I really get it. I mean, just how your tonality and your pace, it's just amazing, bro. I mean, I can feel it. I'm not even having a problem, and I feel like I have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Dude, no, that was good. That was really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was
It's
really
so
good, bro.
funny. Yeah, it's great.
That's Chino, how you communicate is just really amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's not because he had a lot of practice. I think it's because he's genuine when he wants to talk to people. Like he wants to listen and he wants to help. I mean, you can fake it all you want, but at the end of the day, people are gonna see it if you're fake, right? And then when if you talk to them like genuinely, it's gonna show too. I think that's the secret sauce on the Chino burrito that is spreading around in there.
Let me ask this because I've learned, how you pace and lead people and kind of mimic how they're acting. If they're like getting crazy, you kind of mimic the same energy. Now, if they're at a high level of like, hey, they're just like wild, are you trying to follow that too in the beginning and lead them to like a slower kind of a pace, or are you just like straight off slow right in the beginning?
So my job is to diffuse that energy, right? So how I do it is I lead with compassion, right? So if you haven't noticed my posts yet, it always says right there towards the end, it says lead with compassion, right? Because the way I close people, the way I connect with them is I communicate with my heart, not with my brain. You see what I'm saying? Because when you lead, if you lead with your brain, now you're being judgmental. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's not a lot of heart, right? Your heart and your brain, they speak 2 different languages. A human being feels so many emotions, right? That if you just have a humanized conversation with them, you're able to get through and connect with them on a different level.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Chino, question.
Yes.
Do you also have to train all your operators like that? Because of course you cannot be in 20 houses all the
Correct. I
time.
do. Yeah. We have constant meetings, right? So we talk to each other almost every day, every night. Well, actually, we talk every day, and then we have our separate operator meeting once a week, right? So this is just to touch up on all the days, right? So they're still learning, right? They're learning how to grow their patience, their love for others. Because like I'm not gonna lie to you, right? my operators be like, cutthroat. No, just kick them out, right? I'm like, bro, do you remember when you got out of prison and nobody would give you a chance?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes people
Right?
forget.
Yeah, it diffuses that energy of theirs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you want to kick out a family member? Well, bro, they're not listening, right? You understand that they're recovering addicts, right? It doesn't happen overnight. They're going to go back to drugs and or alcohol. They're going to relapse. The reason why there's so many homeless people with addiction, substance struggles, is because of these institutions, right? Like transitional homes, right? They kick them out just like that. They fall off once, they have a relapse once, they're out, right? It's like, how are we any different from these organizations if we follow their footsteps? How are we legit helping our people if we're not forgiving them, hand holding them, that, hey, we're here?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Chino, have you personally come to a point where you have reached maximum emotional or, to where you're like, I've had it, I'm done? And if so, like, how did you diffuse your own personal self?
Bro, never, never, never.
Amazing.
The reason why is because I say this out loud. Your sins are no better than mine. I mean, my sins are no better than yours, right? So that's how I like train myself and others, right? Your sins are no better than theirs, right?
I do have a
It's
question.
very simple. Yeah, go ahead.
No, so go ahead. So I remember us talking way back with regards to housing just females or just males. Do you now house them together or you have separate? Because I know, some people would have different types of past, let's just say that, right? And so some people, again, we're dealing with people who has bad pasts and they're trying to get over it, but we want to avoid that from happening again. So do we separate them, men and female housing, or do you have a house them both
Here,
together?
so to answer your question, I have all male, all
Mm-hmm.
female, co-eds, veterans, sober living homes, parolee homes, and assisted living homes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Pargoli home.
I'm sorry?
What is a Pargoli home?
Parolee homes.
A
A
paroli.
parole.
A parole.
Yeah.
Paroli.
Sorry, I
Parole.
have to take your accent coin.
Okay. So, all
I thought
right.
that was a new segment. I was like, wow, that's a good one.
I know. That's why there's one demographic I do not know.
All right. So let's say I wanna, because I land government contracts, right? And then grants and everything. How am I able to help you? Because you said you don't have that there in Nevada. Obviously, I would have to do my research with regards to that. And I'm sure you already did your part in researching it. But two heads are better than one when it comes to finding ways to finance whatever you're doing, right? So how am I able to help you in that way? Because I know you can buy properties, and stuff like that. But how am I able to help you so that you can further this advocacy?
It's very simple. Whatever you're doing in, what is it, New Jersey?
Massachusetts.
No, Massachusetts, yeah. New England, right?
Mhm.
Whatever you're doing there, if you, Celeste, if you really want to help, like, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Like, I really do appreciate that. Like, once you start doing this, like, replicate whatever you're doing and then contact these Nevada organizations. Make it relatable to them and tell them, like, hey, I'm doing this thing, like, these housing, right, with these organizations in Massachusetts. Do you guys have something like this, like something similar, or are you already doing it in Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That's how you could help.
Okay. All right. That's doable. It's just a phone call and a Zoom away. So yeah, I can definitely do that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, let's definitely do that. So I will be there on Justin, I'm saying I will be in Vegas on I'm landing the 18th and I'm thinking of coming back the 20th or the 21st. I do, however, I want to be like one day. Justin and I would have to talk about our schedule because we have very important things to do in there. I do want to shadow you like a fly on the wall and just walk around and see how you do things with regards to that. Maybe I can visit one of your houses and see how you guys do it and stuff like that. Because I do really wanna further this advocacy, not just in Massachusetts, but like you like what you said, replicate it and everything else. And I
Yeah.
think we all can do multiple times at the same time. I mean, we can just stretching out ourselves because again, at the end of the day, it's we're feeding whatever our heart's desires are. Me,
Celeste,
yes.
I'm going too.
You're
I talked to
going to?
Jessene last night. I'm going September.
Yeah, we
Booking
have
my
to.
flight.
Yeah, we have to do a Zoom together. I have a lot of questions for.
I know.
Yeah,
But let's do it. Let's do it.
let's do it. So yeah, I will be there. I would love to be there for you. And actually just learn a lot of things. Yeah. So how can the real well, I already mentioned asked that about. So guys, feel free to ask him, Leilani, whoever's in here, Art, ask him questions because I'm gonna hog this Zoom if you don't stop me. So go ahead. James, mukhang may tanong ka dyan ah. Josh.
I'm not yet.
Uh-huh.
Mamaya.
Yeah. So Josh is a veteran too, and I think he has a heart for housing veterans as well. Josh is an operator. He's very good in tech. If you need any help with tech, Josh is your guy. He is. Where are you? Are you in Connecticut now, Josh?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
still in Connecticut. Yeah.
I'm still in Connecticut. You're still active duty, right? In the army?
I I transitioned from the active to reserves for the Air
Oh,
Force.
okay. All right, perfect.
But now I'm just a contractor now for the Navy.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So
Thank you for your service, Josh.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, so he has a heart for the he is a man of few words. Him and Philip talks a lot, but him, yeah. So but he's a wealth of knowledge. That dude right there. He's young, but he's a wealth of knowledge. Just very quiet. But yeah, if you have any questions for Chino, he's doing amazing things. And where do you see yourself in 5, 10 years from now? Do you see? Yeah.
Yes, working with Red Cross.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
That's good.
I will not stop. Right now, we are projecting to branch out this year, and I know we're already close, right? To Oregon, and then simultaneously do that in California. We're going nationwide. Right? And all these affiliates, especially medical affiliates, they're going to run out of, let's say, maybe they just want all the profits themselves, that they don't want to sponsor anymore. But did you guys know that? I don't know, Celeste, if you've mentioned this to anyone. We partner with a lot of different companies, like medical affiliates, right? PCA, home health, anything that world, right? And especially now, like with depression, right? Because a lot of veterans have started coming out and start telling me, like Chino, like I'm going through a lot, right? Or organizations, right? Like asking for help, right? U.S. Vets, Salvation Army, right? Veterans Recovery Center, right? They're asking for help because they don't know what else to do for their veterans, right? Like how come they're not showing up? They need accountability. They need hand holding, right? So my team and I can do that, like legit, like literally, like we will take them to their appointments so that they won't miss it, right? So if you guys, okay, part of the whole working with Red Cross, I have to create this solution, right? To where now we're saving lives, literally, right? Now there's less and less veterans they're committing suicide because of this program, which is a hand-holding program. Here's the bonus part. Some of these medical affiliates are going to run out of motivation, right, to help. I know this. It's human. It's a human thing. But I'd be like, Chino, we've been sponsoring, their best face for this long already. I think it's time for us, to focus on making more money. I get that, right? I respect that. So what's the next solution that I can create? I own my own medical affiliates. You see what I'm saying? I have to own them so that I can keep the bed space sponsorship going. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That means these medical affiliates, what they're doing right now with us, they're actually donating it to a nonprofit organization, and this nonprofit organization is actually sending us the sponsorship fee, for our people, so that they can stay in our houses because they don't have 100% disability rating, they don't have 10%, they don't have anything yet, right? And then, as well as you already know about the aircraft, with Sub 2 Chris, right? With Sub 2 plane Chris Fitch, right? So they're also giving us sponsorship. You see what I'm saying? So in order to continue that, right, to keep helping more and more people, because others are not going to make it in 6 months, right? Others, will take longer than usual, right? Because of the struggles that they have internally, right? And you have to be very patient with them because otherwise you lose them, right? So now these medical affiliates, the ultimate goal is to own them so that I can keep telling them, hey, we need to help more people get off the streets. Treatment first, then bed space right after. Treatment first, then bed space right after. We are moving away from housing first.
So, like my eyes are rolling upwards, I'm thinking. So you, so essentially you want to have a medical facility wherein you have like a PCP or a doctor in there, like a nurse practitioner, a therapist, whatever it is, that can tie up to your other facilities, correct? Okay. And that's another LLC that you have to create. That's another business kind of like you. Okay. Are you with regards to getting grants for let's just do the housing part again. Are you connecting with other nonprofits wherein they will sponsor you so you get the funding for the housing through them, and then they just get like a whatever percentage of that because of the relationship that you build together? That's with regards to
Right.
grants. I don't know if there's a lot of grants there though.
Yeah, so we're partnering up with other nonprofit organizations that are small. We haven't partnered up with big nonprofit organizations with our nonprofit organization. The big nonprofit organizations have not given us a single penny, right? They haven't. Yeah, we have yet to receive a single penny from any of their fundings. The donations, the sponsorship that we get are coming from private companies, right? And some of these private companies, they have their own nonprofit organization.
So you give them a write-off when they give you money, you give them a write-off. Okay.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it depends how much they give you. Then you would give them whatever the write-off is. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
You put them under contract for a certain amount of time, or it's like either a 3, 6, 12, what is it?
No, we do not have any contracts with anyone. And the reason why is because that is considered steering. When it comes to housing, yeah. When it comes to housing, that is actually considered steering. And you cannot compensate, okay, you send us people to house, I'll give you money, right? That is actually, there's a law for it. It's called the anti-kickback law. Because if you do that, it's considered as human trafficking.
So you do the whole thing. You do the whole application for grants, tell them what you need and why you need it, and then they will award you the grant. It's not automatic that you get it. So you still apply for it. That's
no, I've not, Celeste, I have not received a single grant.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Celeste, that's where you come in, Celeste.
Yes, let's find grants. Because I know with grants you have to be very specific with what you want to offer, and not one penny goes to whatever it is that's not listed in there. So that makes it a little bit more, tedious, but it's good. Once they give it to you, they have a tendency to give it forever. For as long as they can benefit from it, one, they can have the write-off for it, and they can see what you're doing is really what you say you're doing is really what you're doing. They see the benefits Okay. All right. So that's one thing that I can help you with regards to that. Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I didn't believe how many. All right, we started at 4, it's now 5:48. I don't know. It's just time flies when you're having fun. I'm having so much fun in here. And do you have any other questions for Chino?
Well, I think we can do another call once we find out in our own neighborhoods what we can do and
Yeah.
bring it to another, like, let's do another Zoom call and say, hey, this is the law here. This is the organization I know. How can we collaborate? Because if we use Chino, partner with Chino, it's we can grow faster, right? They already have a system in place. They have he has the training in place.
Yeah.
So all we need to do is do our homework in our own neighborhood.
Yeah. And I think before you think about partnering with people, you have to really figure out what your calling is. Like Chino already
Yes.
found it. Chino wants to house veterans. Obviously, he has the domestic violence, he has everything else, but that encompasses everything that he wants to help. But really, he honed in with veterans. That's where his heart is, right? And everything else just followed. Like me,
That's true.
I am with veterans and HR foster youth. And with my rehab, with my demographic, it just comes along with it. But you really have to find out what it is that what demographic you want to help and what impact you want to give to them. Not just cash flow, not just, I buy property and I house them because, and you have to fill a need. That's the thing. You have to fill a need. If you're there and there's no need for it, there's no business for you. There's no one to
Right.
help. So what's the point, right? So I guess that's one thing, and it's hard to really find that out. It took us a while because there's so many people that you want to help, and you just have to figure out which one. Uh, when I found that out, if I wake up in the morning and this is the only thing I have to do, and I even if I get paid or not, I will do it. That's how I found out. Like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is the path that I'm going forward with, and everything else just follows. Because after
Sometimes too, people they don't want to commit because they don't want to make a mistake. Hey, what if it's not that, right? I mean, commit to something at where you are at the moment because that could be just a stepping stone to get you to the next step, right? So yeah.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Mhm. Just do it, like Nike said, right? Just do it. If you fail, we'll figure
Yes.
it out. There's always a way to turn things around, right? There's always a second
Yeah.
chance. All the people that we're helping needs a second chance. Everyone here obviously
Hey,
was given a second chance.
just curious, Chino, do you have like a karaoke spot on all
No, I
your
do.
place?
Hold on.
Yeah?
Hold on.
All right,
Hold
all
on.
right, all right.
I do. Hold on.
Before you're a
So we're doing
partner,
our
you
new.
gotta show your skills, your singing skills.
Can you guys see it?
Yeah,
There it is. There it is. All right.
And then I have
Dang, man.
the microphones here.
Oh, dude, you got a special holder and everything. What's up, dude?
So guys, make sure you
Um,
put in your blink on the chat because not all of us here have that. And we have on Filipino Sub too. There's an Excel spreadsheet there. Put your info in there. So that's going to be our directory. If you want to reach out to anyone, book a Zoom with anyone. Again, Chino, this was mind blowing for me. I learned a lot. I have like 3 or 4 pages of written notes in here because of whatever you're talking about. But yeah,
Yep,
this
yep.
this was wonderful. Yeah, really.
Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you, bud. That was great.
It was
Thank you.
Hopefully I can read my
uh,
notes, but I took a bunch of notes.
Thank
This
you,
is
guys.
recorded anyway.
I wanted
Yeah.
to say thank you, Chino. Way back when we were in Monterey during the immersion, that was the first time I enjoyed to be with a company of friends and business partners without even having a drop of alcohol drink.
That's right.
I've been drunk
I
on
used to
alcohol.
drink a lot. I used to drink a lot, and I enjoy the company. But that was the first time that I really enjoyed the company of you guys without even drinking.
Same here.
Really, thank you.
So you remembered what you talked about, huh?
Yeah, we're not drinking. I think Filipinos are not really like we don't really drink a lot. I had one and I was like lasing the whole night. But yeah, but yeah.
I don't know. That might be good for Phil. Phil?
We have a lot of silent people in here.
She was dancing with Gabriela remember
Yeah, Gabby and I were like dancing the whole night, which was fun. Well, if you've seen Cheryl, Cheryl was on the floor the whole night. If I remember it correctly. I have videos. I have videos of it too. But, Art wasn't there. He's trying to get away. He slept early that night. But yeah. So to those new people that are here, to June, to Dax, to Angela, to Gio, which is I don't think he's here anymore. But yeah, feel free to connect
Annie.
with us. Yeah. Feel free, and Annie, feel free to connect with us, have a Zoom with us, or I think on the Filipino Subto, all of our information is in there. Feel free to text us, and we're here to I guess sounding board, help you with anything like that. So again, we want to yes.
I tried putting my information in the Filipino Subto directory.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how.
Okay,
I
I'll put your info in there. I have all your info. Is that okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'll put your info in. Yeah, that's fine.
I like how you do that, dude. I should try that next time.
I know, right?
I don't know how to do this, man. Just put
I'm
myself
such a
in there.
giver. Now you become such a helper.
Chino.
That's a good one, dude. I'm gonna try that.
Alfie, I know you're not technologically challenged, so you can put your info in there. I'm just doing it for Chino because he spent, I don't know, 2 hours in here. Really,
I know, that's amazing.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
For everyone who stayed, thank you so much. We're gonna do this again. It's gonna be every week at 4 p.m. But yeah, thank you so much, Chino. Really appreciate you, and I'll see you soon in a couple weeks.
Yes, thank you guys. Appreciate you all.
Chino. Thank you, Chino.
Hey, please do me a favor. Hold you one second.
Yes. Oh, we have to take a photo.
Oh,
Did you guys take a photo while I was away?
No.
No, my goodness. Everyone face the camera, be in the camera, and give your biggest smile, okay? All right. Josh. I was like calling Josh. All right. 1, 2, 3, smile. All right, perfect. I got it. I'm gonna post it later.
Thank you, guys.
Can you do it again? I'm sorry. Yeah, Dax's face was not showing in there. Sorry. Let's do it again. Last one. 1, 2, 3, smile. All right, perfect. Now I got it.
So before everyone goes, please do me a favor. Message Pace on Instagram and thank him. Thank him because if it wasn't for him, none of us would be here.
True.
It's just a simple reminder so that he won't give up on us. Right? The man has everything he needs already. A simple gratitude goes a long way. So just thank him, please.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
well,
I
we'll put
feel
this
like
photo in there and then we'll all make comments. How about that?
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like everyone who helped you along the way, you should always acknowledge. I think that's one thing that's missing. Whether it's little or big help, you always have to acknowledge that person who helped you along the way. Whether before or any whether whatever stage you are in your journey, I think acknowledgement for that person is huge. So yeah, thank you everyone. And see you again next week.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Chino.
Bye.
Thank you.